Imagine a nation of thousands of islands historically navigating turbulent geopolitical waters, with a modest military suddenly deciding to build an invisible, impenetrable shield. This isn't science fiction, it's happening in the Philippines today, quietly reshaping Southeast Asia's security map. September 3, 2025. A pivot from internal focus to a coastal defense meant to deter any aggressor. This is a story of ambition, technology, a determined struggle for sovereignty. The archipelago takes defense into its own hands, making its shores no longer vulnerable frontiers. We'll delve into the monumental shift, exploring anti-access area denial A2AD. It's not just buying hardware or signing treaties, it's a change in doctrine. We'll explain the concept simply with real-world examples. We'll examine specific weapon systems, key alliances, hard data defining this new era. From Manila's strategic corridors to frontline maritime territories, the stakes are high, driven by unique geography and complex maritime challenges. Years of grappling with a vast maritime domain, competing territorial claims, and assertive actions by larger powers. We'll connect those pressures to the urgent drive to modernize. We'll analyze successes so far, persistent gaps in defense posture, and the challenges ahead to sustain transformation. It's a nation's resolve to not just patrol, but to deny adversaries the ability to operate near its shores. Our reporting is grounded in verified facts, official Philippine reports, international defense analyses, credible news sources. We'll look at numbers, defense budgets, acquisition dates, capabilities of new assets, supersonic missiles, multi-role fighter jets, newly forged international partnerships. Every piece matters. Join us as we uncover how the Philippines builds an impenetrable defense umbrella, a testament to protecting sovereignty in the 21st century. The Philippines is a nation defined by water, comprising exactly 7,641 islands, a sprawling archipelago with the fifth longest coastline in the world, stretching approximately 36,289 kilometers, a cultural treasure and a monumental defense challenge. Imagine securing a perimeter longer than the coastlines of the United States and India. For decades, the AFP focused on internal security, insurgencies, terrorism, across many remote islands. So, what exactly is this A2AD strategy that is reshaping Philippine defense? The term stands for anti-access area denial, and while it sounds complex, the concept is quite straightforward. Think of it as creating a modern-day fortress or a defensive bubble around a country's territory. Anti-access, or A2, aims to prevent an adversary's forces like ships or planes from even entering a specific operational area, such as the waters near the coastline. It's about stopping them far from your shores. Area denial, or AD, is the next layer. It aims to limit the freedom of movement of any enemy forces that do manage to get inside that defensive bubble, making it too dangerous or costly for them to operate effectively. At the very heart of the Philippines' new A2AD spear is the acquisition of the BrahMos cruise missile system. This is arguably the most significant military procurement in the nation's recent history. In a landmark deal signed in January 2022, the Philippines finalized a $375 million contract with BrahMos Aerospace, an Indo-Russian joint venture, for 3 batteries of this formidable weapon. The BrahMos is a supersonic cruise missile, meaning it travels faster than the speed of sound, at speeds up to Mach 3. This makes it incredibly difficult for enemy air defense systems to intercept. With a range of approximately 290 kilometers, a single BrahMos battery can create a vast threat zone, holding any naval vessel within that radius at risk. The first battery of these shore-based anti-ship missiles was officially delivered to the Philippine Marine Corps in April 2024. These batteries are designed to be mobile, allowing them to be quickly deployed and repositioned along the country's extensive coastline, making them a hard-to-predict and highly survivable asset. By stationing these missile systems in strategic locations, such as along the western coast of Luzon or on islands facing the West Philippine Sea, the AFP can effectively deny access to key maritime areas. This acquisition is not just a hardware upgrade, it is a powerful statement of intent and a credible deterrent that fundamentally alters the strategic calculus for any potential aggressor in the region. The BrahMos system exemplifies the anti-access component of the A2AD strategy. It provides the Philippines with the ability to strike at naval targets from a safe distance, long before they can threaten the mainland. This capability forces an adversary's fleet to operate much farther from Philippine shores, significantly complicating their operational planning and logistics. According to reports from the Philippine news agency, the military plans to integrate these missile systems into a broader archipelagic coastal defense network, linking them with new radar systems and aerial surveillance platforms. This creates a layered defense where threats can be detected early and engaged effectively from long range, forming the backbone of a robust deterrent posture. This strategic acquisition is part of the broader revised AFP modernization program, also known as Horizon. The Philippine Air Force has really been a key beneficiary of the modernization program. At the forefront of its renewed air power is the squadron of 12 FA-50PH Fighting Eagle light combat aircraft, acquired from Korea Aerospace Industries. The first two jets arrived in 2015, with the full squadron becoming operational shortly after. While technically lead-in fighter trainers, these jets provide the Philippines with a supersonic intercept capability it had lost for a decade, capable of challenging hostile aircraft and supporting maritime patrols. On the water, the Philippine Navy is also undergoing a dramatic transformation from a fleet of World War II-era legacy ships to a modern, missile-capable force. The acquisition of two Jose Rizal-class frigates, BRP Jose Rizal and BRP Antonio Luna, commissioned in 2020 and 2021 respectively, marked a major milestone. These frigates are the Navy's most modern and capable warships, equipped with surface-to-air missiles, anti-ship missiles, and advanced sensor suites. The cornerstone of this diplomatic effort is its relationship with the United States, anchored by the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty, MDT. This treaty commits both nations to come to each other's aid in the event of an armed attack. In 2023, the EDCA was supercharged, expanding from 5 to 9 strategic sites where U.S. forces can have rotational access. Several new EDCA sites are located in northern Luzon, facing Taiwan, and in Palawan, the island province closest to the disputed Spratly Islands. The relationship with Japan has grown into a formidable strategic partnership. Australia is another key partner. They elevated ties to a strategic partnership in 2023. By building a coalition of like-minded nations, Manila amplifies its defense efforts, creating a collective deterrence that raises the political and military cost of unilateral aggression. This networked approach means the Philippines is not standing alone. By building a coalition of like-minded nations, Manila amplifies its defense efforts, create a powerful network of collective security, sending a clear message that the stability of the region is a shared responsibility and upholds a rules-based international order. The urgent drive to build this impenetrable A2AD umbrella is not just some abstract military exercise, it is a direct response to tangible and escalating threats in the West Philippine Sea. This area is inside the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone and has been the scene of increasing friction for over a decade. The core of the issue is China's sweeping territorial claims, the 9-dash line, which overlaps Philippine and regional sovereign rights. A 2016 arbitral tribunal ruling at The Hague invalidated that claim and overwhelmingly favored the Philippines. But the ruling has been ignored and assertive actions have continued. These are not just diplomatic disputes, they affect the daily lives of Filipinos. Philippine fishing vessels are often harassed or blocked from traditional grounds like Scarborough Shoal. The Coast Guard and Navy face a gray zone challenge. Swarms of maritime militia vessels and Chinese Coast Guard ships using coercive tactics. Reported incidents include water cannon attacks on resupply missions to BRP Sierra Madre at Ayungin Shoal, dangerous blockades, and the shadowing of Philippine patrols. These low-level confrontations aim to establish de facto control without triggering full-scale war. That's why an A2AD strategy is critical. It counters gray zone tactics by raising the stakes. The most significant hurdle is funding. Military modernization is incredibly expensive. Sustaining the momentum of the Horizon 3 program requires consistent, substantial budgetary allocations. The Philippine defense budget, while increasing, remains modest compared to regional neighbors. In 2024, the total budget for the Department of National Defense was about 282.7 billion pesos, roughly $4.8 billion US dollars. Ensuring future administrations stay committed amid competing domestic priorities will test the nation's political will. Another major challenge is the complex task of systems integration. Acquiring advanced hardware like missiles, frigates, radars is only the first step. The real challenge lies in networking these disparate systems into a single, cohesive kill chain. That means building a seamless C4ISR network, starting with command, control, communications, computers, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance. International security experts say developing this interoperable network will take years of focused effort and training. There remains a need to fill critical capability gaps. We have journeyed through the intricate transformation of the Philippines' defense strategy, witnessing its evolution into a modern, externally focused A2AD umbrella. We started by understanding the immense geographical challenge of defending over 7,600 islands and a coastline longer than that of the United States. This geography, once a vulnerability, is now being ingeniously leveraged, forming a foundation for a formidable defensive posture, turning scattered islands into a network of stationary fortresses, a strategic, audacious pivot for 21st-century maritime threats. We unpacked anti-access area denial as deterrence, not to provoke war but to make aggression prohibitively costly. Tangible proof in hardware: BrahMos, supersonic missiles, FA-50PH fighter jets, Jose Rizal-class frigates. These are not just isolated purchases, they are carefully chosen pieces of a larger puzzle. Spear and shield of a nation backed by hard numbers, rising defense budgets, and the multi-phase armed forces of the Philippines modernization program. A sophisticated web of alliances amplifies this effort. Revitalized Mutual Defense Treaty, expanded EDCA with the United States, partnerships with Japan and with Australia create a powerful network of collective security. This diplomatic architecture provides a crucial backstop to the Philippines' own military buildup, sending a clear message that the stability of the region is a shared responsibility. Seen through the West Philippine Sea, the defense umbrella counters coercion, protects economic lifelines, and upholds a rules-based international order. The Philippines is no longer a passive observer of regional geopolitics, it is an active architect of its own security. The Archipelagic Defense Strategy is a testament to national fortitude. Now we turn the conversation over to you. Instead of just a thumbs up, we invite you to plant a flag in the comments.